Well, I'm up to my usual stuff, but I thought I would talk a little bit about something here. Somebody had asked me what I thought of that World Economic Forum meeting that I think is just shutting down. Uh, a great collection of scoundrels and has-beens. You know, you had like actually the best thing could happen if they could have, if somebody would have just blown that whole thing up, take out that whole crew, the world would have been a better place. Nobody of any account was there. You know, they could have all gone. Nobody would miss them. Anytime you hear somebody has been running some kind of foundation, it's a scam. It's always a scam. Any of these like non-profits, they're all scams. Then you had, you know, the whole pack there. Though I don't know if Soros was there. He I think, phoned it in. But I think he's rather cautious because he's the ultimate scoundrel, and there are people who would like to get a crack at him. He's behind a lot of this evil that goes on in the world. But for some reason, they keep letting him slide. But boy, it'd be great if he was gone. But there's a lot of them that just need to be gone. You know, including Bill Gates. You know, there again, another foundation that does more evil than good. But it's like that Clinton Foundation, same sort of thing. But all of them people, we don't need them. They're of no use in the world. So, yeah, that's what I think of it. It could have been gone. If they'd all just disappeared, I'd have been happy. But I suppose you're not supposed to say that. I suppose maybe they'll take this video down because I don't go along with their. But I don't know why people go along with these crazy schemes. Why, you know, these people actually have no power over you. Why do you let them? Uh, they're nothing to me. They shouldn't be anything to you. You know, just ignore their nonsense. You know, they have no effect on my life at all. They come up with all these crazy schemes they want. I'm just going to go on doing what I do. And today it's cutting wood. I have been plowing snow way more than I want to, but you got to keep the roads open. So I've been at that. But today I got to go back to cutting wood. We're going to have another. You know, it was fairly warm for a while there. We were up in the teens, but now we're teens below zero. I think 20 below again tonight and tomorrow. You know, but there's no wind and it's sunny, so I'll cut some wood. I've been hauling with the sled behind the Grizzly. I got to talk about sleds one of these days too. I have a bigger sled, but I also have a small sled I'm experimenting with. That's interesting, but I'll go into that someday. I got a lot to talk about. You know, there's a lot of times I think, well, I should do a video about this. But then, you know, you're dealing with the cold. And if I usually, you know, like now, YouTube is really pushing for people to do shorts. You know, it's one of these things where people have developed these extremely short attention spans. Well, I don't do shorts. You know, but that seems to be the thing now, the rage at the moment. But I tend to run on, generally close to a half hour. Yeah, I was going to try to cut this one short because I know, you know, when it's cold temperatures like this, I have a hell of a time to keep it phone charged and takes hours to upload something, you know, so I try to avoid doing it. And I really don't have much interest in YouTube anymore. You know, there really isn't. I don't watch very many people. I mean, I look at some stuff, but some of it's just kind of ridiculous. And anything that's of interest to me is probably going to be taken down. They're doing more of that all the time too. So to me, YouTube is just kind of I don't really care. I mean, it has a purpose and it could be handy. It used to be handy, but it has outlived its usefulness. Now I just see, like I say, people doing shorts, crazy things that I look at them and I think, what the hell was the point of that? There isn't. It isn't long enough to actually have a narrative there. So it's just something doing, and you wonder what the hell was that? What was the point of it? There was no point. I don't know. I don't understand it, but YouTube is evidently pushing that because they're trying to compete with that TikTok thing, and they're working hard to get rid of TikTok, to outlaw that. I don't care. Don't use it either. But I can't see doing shorts. I mean, if I have something to say, it's going to take longer than 2 minutes or whatever the hell the limit on that is. I was thinking the other day. I watched some stuff and I think there's all this craziness going on. Just really bizarre stuff, and it's like people have just gone insane now, and they always try to make it sound like, well, the strangeness is that people from these shutdowns that they got weird. But I don't know that that's it. I'm kind of, I don't know, because people are really behaving really bizarrely. But then I think, okay, what do they all have in common? It's like they've been poisoned with some mysterious drug, which is, I think, exactly what happened. I think about 3/4 of the people are just deranged, including your politicians, probably especially your politicians. It's a freakish world out there. I mean, I can deal with the cold and the snow and keep me away from them people. That is just bizarre. And this war goes on and on. It's so weird to me that they think, oh, we're in it until they win. Ukraine wins. There's no winning there. You can't possibly win in this situation because in order to win, Russia would have to lose, and Russia cannot lose. You cannot beat Russia. There's no way. If it gets to that point that their country is actually threatened, they will go nuclear, as we would too. I mean, if somebody was trying to overthrow our country, invading us, even through a third party and a proxy kind of thing, what the hell? We would escalate to the point of nuclear too. Any country would in that position. It's a matter of self-defense, and Russia certainly would. And they've said as much. But like I say, we would too. It's not a threat on their part. It's just the fact of the matter that if it got to that point, they would. You have to. So there's no, our theory is that we're going to balkanize Russia, that we're going to get them in a corner and tear that country apart and run off with all their minerals like we do with, every other country that we invade. You can't possibly do that with Russia. You can't possibly. But yet they have some weird dream that this is a possibility. The tanks will march and run into Moscow. That has been tried. It has never worked. It will never work. Just a bizarre thing that people think. So he poured tons of money into that. It's frustrating to see such foolishness. Like I say, I think they're just deranged. People have become insane and just keep jacking it up. But in the end, I mean, either Russia is going to prevail in what they're doing, or we're all going to turn into ashes. It's really one way or the other. There's no other answer to that. So you better be cheering Russia on because they are the last hope. If they don't prevail, we all go down.